tend to have a bit of a field day because you can dart in and out of the team fight. You're able to get down a lot of damage. You can wait for your cooldowns. One of the biggest things about Ahri is once you ult, if there's lockdown CC, something that's like a point-and-click stun, you generally have to rush your ults through. Now he can get the W up, use it the first time around, use the second charge, hold on to the third charge, get another W through, get resets coming through from the Luden's Echo and really start blowing people up. So I think that Ahri, a very good pickup in this mid lane here, and I don't know whether I agree with the Ezreal coming through from Kira.
Yeah, Kira, going back to a comfort pick, you have to think.
Yep.
So definitely more than happy to play that one. Wants to be on a comfortable champion here when everything's now on the line. They're looking to try and win 3 games in a row. It's going to be difficult for Hard Random. His Ezreal, as you mentioned after their second match, actually looked quite good.
Yeah, his Ezreal looked really good. It's just I don't know whether they have the CC going to be available. And once again, it's kind of like, how do they start the team fight? Jarvan's going to have to fly in and they're going to follow it up with an equalizer. But everyone can kind of just take a step back and then they don't have any real follow-up engage coming through from there.
Yeah, I guess it is sort of the combo of old with the Cataclysm Equalizer, able to lock people down onto that one. But if you're trying to lock down the likes of an Ahri, she's not going to stay there for too long.
Yeah, but the other thing is, like, when you used to run things like that, you'd run like a flanking Twitch or like a Braum in the support position, something that had a lot of follow-up. Right now, they're running double AD, which doesn't historically translate into chasing forward extremely well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are under the rift for game number 4. INTZ looking to try and close this one out, and Hard Random looking to tie it all up with a victory. And we'll see exactly what happens. INTZ looking like they have a pretty decent team comp this time moving through. Yang back on the teleport smite yet again. Looked terrifying on that one before. And we'll see how it works out this time around.
Yeah, so they're just going for a little bit of an early invade. Will be spotted out here by Demonko. So he will have exact information of where they are. They'll get the first ward, though.
Money. Not too bad. Revolta picks that one up. Yang is going to find Smurf. Bit of a taste of things to come here for the Rumble as he gets burned out.
So a lane swap is actually coming through, though, because they spotted out the Morgana. So they think that they're in the bottom lane. They're pretty happy to keep that one up, although now Jockster as well as Macau going back, you would think. So maybe we'll get standard lanes just in the top lane.
Yeah, looks to me like we are going to have the Thresh Sivir moving towards that top side of the map. And
you'd think that's in Lex's
within Mind Games.
Yeah, you'd think that's in Lex's favor. So maybe they went up there early, anticipating that that would be the call coming through from INTZ, and they're able to get the 2v2 with Jinx, who does pretty well in the matchup.
Yeah, not too bad at all. And of course, with the Black Shield there as well, not going to be too worried about the death sentences.
Yeah, and I can't believe Yang's starting on the same camp as Revolta here. They could both simultaneously get level 2, although now Yang runs away. He's going into the bottom lane. If he had started up something like Raptors, would have been able to pick up the very early level 2 and then just go into the bottom lane. You don't even need to recall most of the time with Shyvana because she stays that healthy.
Yeah, it does have the Ruby Crystal as well, going to be absolutely fine. He's able to pick up some farm though, doesn't miss too much experience here on the bottom side of the map as Rumble.
I think he missed 2 CS down there, which is not fantastic because Rumble's going to have an earlier level 2, can chuck on his shield, be able to just run at you.
Burn you down. Yeah. Yang though
actually gets the earlier level 2 because he's got the bigger creep weight.
Not too bad. Smurf does find it in the end. Gonna head over here, and Macau and Jockster, they were beaten to level 2. Dark Binding doesn't quite find the mark as Macau hits level 2 now, and is going to be able to clear out this creep wave. Whereas in the middle lane, Tokkers and Kira just battling one another down. Kira does have the push on though. Look at this huge minion stack.
Yeah, so this is what Ezreal does to everyone. He just queues minion waves at the start of the game and actually pushes extremely well. The difference is when you can start one-shotting the minion wave and Ezreal can't use his persistent damage to get it down, he starts to struggle. So this lane will turn around at about the level 5 mark when Tokkers can throw 2 of the Qs across and just chunk out the wave automatically.
Well, we'll see how that one goes. Of course, Kira is ahead by a couple of CS at this stage, so working out as far as that push is concerned.
Ezreal's one of the, just on that subject, Ezreal's one of the best early laners in the game. So generally you see junglers pay a little bit more attention to Ezreal's lane because he does like to push like this. He's susceptible to early ganks even though he has that arcane shift. So normally you would see someone if it was like a Rek'Sai or a Lee Sin, come over to Ezreal's lane and try and gank him. So it's a little bit surprising that Symphony isn't in there trying to go for a counter gank, although he probably just thinks a Revolta, being the Sejuani, wants to wait for level 6 before he goes for that gank.
Yeah, Smurf, though, here in the bottom lane, is able to get himself a bit of a CS advantage as Yang went to clear out the Krugs. He is now able to burn the dragon down just a little bit. But, of course, Yang's probably going to be more than fine. Revolta's
so now we
Symphony.
see the junglers come through.
Oh, there's the Arctic Assault's gonna land, and Revolta gets some consistent damage through here. Tokka's looking for a charm, doesn't find it onto Symphony as there's the Orbit Deception. Jockster moving through here, though they had the man advantage. Looking for a Death Sentence. Revolta very low. Kira, oh my goodness, that was close. Good attempt by Jockster. Would have got himself a cleanse.
But they win out in the 2v3. Realistically, they will be able to move back in, sweep out that pink ward, you would think. And in the top lane, Macau, he's been forced away a little bit, although now they're trying to go for a bit of a skirmish up there as well.
Yeah, looking for something here as Symphony was actually looking for the piggy. Revolta quite low going for this Gromp as Symphony is going to come through. Massive amount of health. Revolta, is he going to get the smite? Not in time. It's not up in time. And Symphony's able to pick that one away.
But 3 members now collapsing on the jungler for hard random. Might just have to execute here. That's not what you want to do this early in the game. And again, Symphony on another wild goose chase.
Yeah, Tokka's flashes into the charm, but Symphony flashes in response. Takes the turret shot. And
he's
Yang,
out.
Yeah, he's just going to wander toward, maybe even pick up some Krugs.
What are you doing, Symphony? Just hit B. They're not even looking for you anymore. Or maybe he's still looking for Revolta.
Oh my goodness, this Jarvan's so aggressive. Looking for Revolta, is able to steal another camp.
Yeah, so Symphony coming up huge in this early game. They had actually brought Demonko around the whole of the map to support that little invade, and now they're going for a gank in the mid.
Yeah, to pick something up. Tokka's doesn't get caught by the flag and drag, but first blood comes through anyway because it was a beautiful dark binding. And hard random, they're really going for this 5 game.
Yeah, they certainly are, and that's a much better early game coming through from the lineup as Jockster hits a bind.
Yeah, there's the Death Sentence to come through as well. Nice boomerang. There's the, oh my goodness, the heal. He's actually going to save his life as Smurf comes down. Demonko takes a lot of damage. There's the black shield. He's going to help him out. True shot barrage onto Jockster for a lot as the Harpoon's not going to find the last bit of damage. Smurf flashes forward. Does overheat though, and Yang, he's got the ultimate available. Can turn into a dragon if he needs to, but hard random, they don't find the kills, but they save their AD carry.
Yeah, so able to force them his way as well. They get a favorable trade once again. So everything going in hard random's favor right now. Macau probably could have snuck an extra auto attack in there and taken down Lex. Instead, Lex got the heal across, and that really has hurt them because all of a sudden, pressure everywhere for the INTZ lineup.
Yeah, they're down 800 gold at this stage. No turrets have been taken. No early dragon pressure here as well. But hard random with the vision control around this map, as well as the fact that they've picked up that extra kill and they've put Revolta so far behind.
Yeah, so able to get in there. Revolta on Sejuani being punished for his early game. This is something that Jarvan has always been able to do. As you see Kira calling in Smurf because he's struggling to push out this lane and wants to go shop. He's only on a Doran's Blade. And already the Aether Wisp has been picked up. So finally, he shoves out the wave enough to potentially get a bind, but he's still going to miss a whole wave if he goes back right now. Kira in a little bit of trouble, honestly, mid lane, even though he's up in CS.
Yeah, a little bit strange there as Tok is able to get a bit of a push on. Symphony is here to at least pick up all of these creeps.
So Symphony comes across. That's a good move. Actually, needed to walk him over a little bit. Kira will have words to Symphony there. Greedy man.
Potentially. Equalizer's going to be down here to clear out this wave. Death Sentence onto Smurf, though, as Macau able to get the damage down. There's the boomerang. They're looking for the dive. Revolta still tanking this one up. Smurf, the last auto attack. Macau takes a little while for it, but is going to be able to lock down that kill.
Yeah, it looked like they were actually debating who to give it over to. Tokka's wanted it, but Macau ends up taking it. I actually think getting the Assassin ahead in this situation is a little bit better because you've got 2 AD carries. If he grabs that Aether Wisp, he's already got that spawn. He grabs the Luden's Echo early on. He's going to be able to wreak havoc across the map.
He certainly is, but not going to happen this time around. And Macau actually did have a CS advantage anyway in that top lane. So able to play out what is generally a bit of a counter matchup very, very nicely. Tokka's able to clear out this wave a lot quicker now with that orb of deception.
As we have Yang counter jungling everything as Shyvana.
Oh dear, the classic dragon.
Shades of Darien.
Oh my goodness, my favorite top laner. Symphony comes through. Tokka's though with that Spirit Rush is going to be more than safe.
Was Darien really your favorite top laner?
Yeah, he was. Just because he was so crazy. It was mostly for his gangplank.
And we have Yang with the red buff now, looking for a little bit of a brush camp. He's going to lose out on a cannon creep. Are you crazy, man? You are not a top laner, Yang. That is the first time I've ever seen a top laner sack a cannon creep for a potential gank.
Yeah, he waited for a Revolta to come through. Harpoon going to land here. Smurf is going to overheat.
That has
didn't do anything.
absolutely blown my mind.
What's left of your mind?
I am speechless.
Oh dear. Well, solo cast from now, ladies and gentlemen. Revolta taking down the blue buff. Tokka's is going to gain that one for himself. A little bit more mana regen. As Kira continues to shove out this wave. Bottom lane just going normally here. Both of these teams just farming it up. And we've got a bit of a lull, ladies and gentlemen. Wards in the river. No one more aggressive than the other. Boomerang's going to clear this one out. Macau actually spell shields very, very late there as takes the Dark Passages. Going to be relatively safe, but loses half of his health after that combo.
Yeah, good layering of CC actually coming through from hard random. Thank you.
And Kira going to Mystic Shot that last minion down. Is just more than happy to use that Arcane Shift on cooldown.
Yeah, definitely wants to get in there, use the tier, stack that up nice and quickly. We saw that he had it a very good click last time around. And Symphony, he started up the Dragon.
Yeah, flagging and dragon all over it.
I think the particles are in. I don't know if that's a spectator thing or whether that actually can be seen. Well, they have to know what's going on because they just saw them take the pink ward out of there. See if Sejuani can get in there to affect it, but it's going to fall down.
Yep, first dragon easily goes over to hard random there just by having better vision. They are behind a couple of 100 gold after that previous dive went down onto Smurf. Nice 2 wards. Beautifully done. Kira.
Still up in CS in this mid lane, even though Tokka's has been able to shove out relatively well. And Yang, he's being a pest in the top lane. Started to get ahead. Smurf needs to be careful. J4 is coming up, but as you can see, Shyvana pretty good at the 1v1 thing.
Yeah, and the Twin Fang, the Twin Bite is pretty damn good. Twin Fang is in fact not his ability. Oh, the ultimate actually missed here by Revolta. Lands the Arctic Assault though, and Symphony makes his way underneath the turret. Smurf at half health, as is Symphony. Doesn't land the spike either. So Revolta going to clear out this minion that's hanging around here. Charm going to land onto Kira, who uses the cleanse a little bit late, but is going to be safe.
Does avoid him from taking a wander back towards the Ahri though, which is definitely dangerous as Revolta continuing this pressure. They've zoned them off the top turret. It has fallen down. Yang doing his job as Shyvana very well. 20 CS up at this point. Yeah. Also stealing away a lot of camps for that CS. So that means it's even better because, you know, if you get up in lane CS, that's huge. Just teleport coming through.
Yeah, Yang looking for a teleport here on the bottom side. Does have Dragon's Descent. Lex very, very low. Jockster, though, is almost dead here in this lane as the burnout is going to mean that Jockster survives, but Yang not able to close the gap quickly enough in order to get anything down.
All but they'll get the turret. Tokka's coming down as well. Forces everyone away. Second turret of the game going to fall. This is a snowball play that we're used to seeing out of INTZ.
Yeah, and Macau actually going to wait until this turret has taken down as many of these creeps as possible. Does miss out on a Dark Passage. Actually, no, he doesn't. Just decides he doesn't want to take it. Nice sidestep there from Tokka's as now he's looking for the all-in. Kira taking a whole lot of damage. Doesn't have the cleanse. Misses the charm. But Tokka's probably can still make this one happen. Flashes over the top just so that he can get some guaranteed Foxfire damage. That was very strange.
He didn't need to flash there.
No, he didn't.
And it might cost him his life.
Yep, Cataclysm. No.
Symphony doesn't want to kill him. Once again, sometimes it's about sending a message. I let you live this time.
Yeah, the merciful Demacian
the merciful.
Prince,
yep,
friend.
I like it.
Yep. See, it's what it's all about. It's being true to the law, ladies and gentlemen. So Symphony going to let him live. Revolta taking a couple of harpoons here as Jockster is just going to share some experience here in the mid lane and help Revolta farm this one out.
Luden's Echo has been finished here. 20 CS down in the mid lane is Tokas, but he picked up that kill to really equalize out there. And you think now with that one purchase, he's in firm control of not only probably his lane, but majority of his map. That item at this point in the game is incredibly strong.
Yeah, and there's not many tanky members here. Symphony does have a Cinderhulk and a Ruby Crystal, but there's no magic resist to speak of. And Smurf, he's not a tank. He's got a Haunting, guys. He's a Rumble, for goodness sake. And Lex is going to die almost instantly.
Yeah, Symphony might be caught here.
Yeah, Descents onto the Jarvan here as well as the Dragon comes over the top. There's the equalizer, though. A lot of burning to go on. Super Mega Death Rocket sails by. And Smurf manages to take down Sejuani. Yang now trying to do some work. It was, in fact, Symphony that got that one afterwards. Not entirely sure how. As Kira, so much consistent DPS, picks up the Ahri. And Tokas didn't do anything.
Yeah, as soon as you see the fact that the Super Mega Death Rocket came from that angle, you must know that all 5 members are there. Why would you continue the fight in the jungle? Just walk away, live to fight another day.
Nice rhyme.
Instead, top lane, Smurf died.
Yep,
Thank goodness for the action in this game.
I thought it was good. I don't know what you're talking about. Cinderhulk going to net Yang some CS there as well, as Sivir was pushing in that bottom side. And that's what you meant. The fact that Sivir was missing from that team fight meant that INTZ definitely at a disadvantage, but they are able to get some pressure here.
Thank you for putting it so eloquently, Atlas.
Hey, you're welcome. Someone's got to do it. Revolta, though, able to clear out this mid-wave. Not too bad at all. But Kira seems to be the shining light for his team. A lot of these games that Hard Random managed to win, it's off the back of Kira, and this Ezreal play so far has looked fantastic.
Certainly has. He's about 25 CS up in lane. He's got that Manamune now about to transform. About maybe 8 minutes before he picks up the Trinity Force, so he has those 2 big items coming through there, and you expect he needs some boots as well. Ezreal really does rely on his mobility to get in and out of fights, get the poke damage down that he needs to be so successful. But you're right, he's Ezreal. It looks fantastic, looked great game 1. He's just grabbed a blue buff for himself and is about to take out, wow, half of Toka's health, I think, with that ultimate.
That's ridiculous.
Toka's waiting on level 11. This isn't a fun time as a mid laner. Whenever this happens to you, like, I am not ulting. I think I can kill him, but I want my level 11 first.
Yeah, well, INTZ are going to give him a bit of a hand here in the mid lane as they clear out some vision. Revolta Arctic Assault's away from that Dark Binding. Symphony not in too much trouble.
Yeah, so nothing happening there. They might just look to pick up the Rift Scuttler before this Dragon fight coming through. Although in the top lane, no teleport available currently for Yang. Smurf already wandering down. They might not be able to fight this one. Might just look to trade a turret for it instead, as Yang had altered the wave.
Interesting.
Or did he ult Smurf and just still have him running? I don't know. Confused.
Yep. Yep, strange one, but he's going to be able to get the turret. Yeah, he's got a lot of damage available here to take down the turret. Does have the twin Fang as well. Twin Bite. I apologize. Those abilities are very, very similar in name.
Come on, man. One's a snake, one's a dragon.
Yeah, but both of them bite. Both of them have fangs.
Wow. Good spell shield coming through there. They might actually be able to fight this one now.
They're going for something. Jockster almost dead, though. They do lose the dragon. Immediately, Tokas gets exhausted as he comes into that fight. Nice Cataclysm with the equalizer there as well. Beautiful playback of Smurf. He's going low, but Yang gets the teleport in time. Kira is going to fall as Macau picks up that kill. And they lose 3, but they get the dragon.
Yeah, and you saw how much damage came out of Tokas. Even though he was exhausted, he got exhausted as soon as he dove into that fight and still was able to blow off, I think it was Kira on the back end. So a fantastic, no, it was actually Lex. So a good team fight coming through from INTZ. They'll grab a turret in the mid lane. They'll also grab...
That's all of the inner turrets and outer turrets already gone at 18 minutes.
Yeah, so they're looking to get the outers here. They might be able to grab mid lane, but they won't be able to grab bottom, that's for sure. And that's just a fantastic chain of events there. They were able to pick up the top lane turret by being patient. They lose out the dragon, but they win the team fight. All of a sudden, an 8,000 gold lead advantage.
Yeah, well, Macau able to go back and now possibly get towards that Static Shiver. Symphony doesn't want to let him here.
Wow, and
nice spell shield. Man, Macau's good at that.
I didn't notice this, but Yang has a Warmogs on top of his Cinderhulk. That's a very cost-efficient, but really tanky Shyvana coming through.
insane. And you also get so much extra resistances from that Dragon's Descent, even when you're in your regular form, your half-dragon form, if I was to be correct. Dark Binding not going to find its mark. This wave is going to be cleared here by Tokkers. But man, you're exactly right. Yang is just gigantic.
Yeah, certainly is. 40 CS up, 45 CS.
And a lot of those are monsters as well, so probably further ahead in gold than we really even understand.
Oh, he definitely is. He's had a really good game, and you can see already hard random. This is, of course, do or die time for them. You can see they're trying to force.
Yeah, Symphony doesn't get charmed there as Revolta able to play frontline. Tokker's very, very squishy, of course, doesn't have any sort of health item at all.
But he's gone a needlessly large rod after that Luden's Echo. I actually think some cooldown reduction would be useful right now. But
nah, more AP. Just more AP, please.
If only there was an item that gave you both.
AP and cooldown reduction? Preposterous. Oh wait, maybe Athene's on Holy Grail or Morale Number.
I was about to say they should name it after a rider.
That Athene isn't a rider.
Oh god. As Kira, still working towards that Trinity Force. So he's got the two major components there. Hasn't picked up boots yet though. Macau, he's still farming up nicely as you see Luden's Echo clearing out those waves.
Much to Macau's disappointment.
Yeah, Luden's Echo is just a really good one-item power spike for a lot of mid laners now. Even people like Orianna are starting to make use of it as a nice boomerang blade goes across the team. I think that, yeah, it definitely doesn't scale as well as Death Cap. So it is a risky investment. You have to make something of it in the mid game as Yang's just pushing in the mid lane turret. But as a standalone power spike, it is just so strong. And Yang, he's got...
Yeah, Symphony's got some friends here as Revolta gets taken down to half health. And Macau still pretty healthy in this fight. Tokkers with a whole bunch of mana. Spirit Rush available. Yang coming over the side. There's the Flash Cataclysm onto Macau. He does take the land, but straight into a True Shot Barrage. Nice jump onto Demonko, but he flashes in. Yang, he's going to get stunned. Actually, Dragon's out of the fight. You would have thought that they'd want to use their Dragon to try and actually get some work done, but they lose both of their bottom lane members. Symphony's going to die. Are they going to be able to pick up Tokkers, though? Nice flash to get himself to relative safety. Yang coming around here, wants to try and pick up some follow-up kills, but can't really get in amongst it. No flash, no Dragon's Descent. And they are going to disengage. That's a 2-for-1 in favor of Hard Random.
Yeah, it certainly was, and they were able to, I guess, force them off the turret, more importantly, so they don't lose any objectives for that. So you can see already how tanky some of the members are coming through here. Shyvana's picked up a Thorn Mail.
What?
Had it during that fight as well, just wasn't there in time to be able to jump into only a Leandry's Torment Sork Boots Rumble. That is a huge discrepancy on the Rift. As soon
70 CS, that's insane.
As soon as someone gets a locket, either the support or the jungler, you feel that this game is just going to be so hard for Hard Random to win. Have to see how it works out though, as, wow.
Yeah,
that Thorn Mail, yeah, that Thorn Mail has forced Kira to abandon the Trinity Force.
That's ridiculous. Smurf trying to chase down Yang, but not burning for too much. You have to think probably just wants to sit in a brush for 4 seconds and get all of his health back from that Warmog's regen, which is just a little bit ridiculous. Lex able to head into this mid lane and try and take some farm away from Kira with that minigun. Is able to.
I actually think it's very important right now that Lex gets as much CS as possible. Realistically, he is the one that's going to, if at all, carry the back end of this game. Kira's done a good job throughout the mid game, but Trinity Force Ezreal will struggle to get through both Sejuani as well as Shyvana. It's up to Smurf and I think Lex to really put on their carry pants and get this one done.
Yeah, and Smurf, he's going to have to try a whole lot harder than previously. It's going to be very difficult for him to get back into this game just because he's so far behind.
70 CS down on Yang at the moment. Yang is just farming up an absolute storm. And this is the thing about Shyvana. If she ever gets ahead, she just completely disregards people on the map. Because of that ultimate that you talked about, she's so tanky. She's level 15 to level 9.
6 levels above Demonko. That is insane. Twin Bite able to easily clear out these minions. Beautiful Dark Death Sent's going to land onto Symphony, but the Flay not going to find it because of that Dark Black Shield.
Just to illustrate how far Yang is ahead of anyone on the map, Tokker's his mid laner is level 13. So he's 2 levels ahead of the highest person on his team and 3 levels ahead of anyone on the opposition team. He's just been in the lane so often, farming up everything, jungle camps as well as CS. He's catapulted himself into a huge lead.
This is a very, very scary dragon, is basically what we're going to get out of this. Yang is easily going to be able to clear out this pink ward as well, and no one can go near him. You can see hard random. They're like, okay, there's one member in our blue side jungle, but they ain't going to go anywhere near that dragon.
Yeah, exactly right. And the team has started up Baron as we speak, trying to sneak that one away. Will be spotted out here, so nothing going to happen. But once again, they've forced people out of the bottom side of the map. Yang going to be able to take down another turret. And Lex, you need to be so careful.
Oh, dear. Yeah, Lex is actually backing right now in full vision of Tockers. Oh, the charm not going to find it after the Spirit Rush as Lex just wanders casually out of the way.
Yeah, so not able to get anything done there, Tockers. He's picked up a death cap for himself. I actually think Assassins this tournament are underselling the value of Boots 2 in their build. I would have liked to see him complete the Boots 2 before he goes for that, as Yang successfully secures another Grom.
Smite helps for that. We didn't mention the fact that INTZ were able to secure themselves a dragon as well, so that 6% stat discrepancy now gone for hard random, and they sort of lose that other win condition, which was the 5th dragon, but losing that one to INTZ, also being behind this far in gold, it's going to make it very difficult. Of course, Jinx still going to be fantastic in the later stages of the game.
Yeah, Jinx, one of the hardest scaling AD carries in the game. The last Whisper has been finished up by Kira, so he starts doing damage to the Shyvana again. And Shyvana, your wishes come true, Atlas, going towards the Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah, well, last time he played it, he picked up a Bilgewater Cutlass second item. Definitely was listening. Thank you very much, Yang. Wonderful play. Revolta hanging around here. They've got some vision down to INTZ. Revolta able to clear out, not almost able to clear out that ward. As his sweeper not quite available just yet. Actually, it is. Why don't you just sweep out the ward, Revolta? He just wants to sweep out that one instead. Not too bad. He's going to finish off that ward in towards the Baron as well. And INTZ now with complete vision of this Baron area. And Yang able just to split push to his heart's content. And INTZ, they can just wait around here all day. Yeah, they might want to sweep that.
Certainly can. They go in.
Oh, Lex doesn't find the charm here, does Tockers, but there's the descent onto Demonko. Super Mega Death Rocket comes through, but look at the dragon launching its way into the backline. Lex is a forgotten thought as Tockers lands the charm onto Kira. Smurf, the last man standing, as the triple kill comes through from Tockers. Beautiful playback there from Jockster, but they've forgotten him.
Yeah, no one is actually following him there, so he can't kill him by himself. We'll be able to push out this mid lane, but Wave's not at the turrets. They might look for a Baron here, otherwise they won't get much. They will go in for it.
Yeah, they're going to be able to take down this Baron. Sivir, hanging out around the blue buff, I think, has a fair bit of consistent damage to give to this Baron, but INTZ just happy to go at it with 4.
Yeah, they certainly are, and they might... They're losing a lot of health, and everyone's streaming in here. They might catch Murph, though.
Yeah, actually, Macau getting a decent boomerang. Beautiful timing to make his entry into this Baron fight.
And to stage right.
Yeah, Demonko coming through. Doesn't get the steal with the puddle, which is a very difficult ability to steal a Baron with, as Jockster almost gets himself death sentenced. Macau, though, could be in trouble. There's the Dark Passage. Oh! Whoa! Jockster almost dead.
Oh, he got stuck on the turret.
Macau, that's cheeky. Super Mega Death Rocket saves Jockster because Macau had a bit more health. Smooth moves.
Macau gets everything thrown at him. Like, what was that? The knock up, he got smote, he got the Ezreal ult, the Jinx ult.
Everything global possible, and then Symphony right in his face, and then Demonko as well. Yeah, that was as many things
did a
as
lot
possible.
of damage to Tockers. Like, 1 Q from Ezreal just took off like half of Tockers' health.
Yeah, he's got a mirror managed. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Tockers goes Avoid Stuff before he even goes Boots 2, even though no one has built MR yet, and Boots 2 at this point in the game are more cost efficient than the Void Stuff. Still goes for it.
Flat magic penetration, very good.
When no one has MR.
Yeah, precisely. Maybe someone should tell Tockers. But of course, Void Stuff in its own right, pretty damn good item.
It certainly is. And if anyone does get it, it's always going to be useful. Not to mention the fact, nearly cost efficient, just from the AP that it gives you.
Yeah, and any melee champions that have scaling magic resist at this stage might have enough to make it relevant.
Maybe.
You know? Not sure. Not entirely sure. But Tokkers and Revolta up here
only
towards the top
J4.
side.
There's no other ones that get it.
Does Rumble not get scaling magic resist?
I don't think so. I have to look at it.
Yeah, not entirely sure. There's one for home. Oh, Macau. Not going to be able to spell shield much here because oh my goodness, probably wanted it for that Q. As Kira almost has the Trinity Force. Man, he's been sitting on these items for quite some time. Probably wants to go back to base and finish off something. Dark Binding not going to find anyone as INTZ are doing the split push thing. Tokkers takes a whole bunch of damage. Kira, if he can poke down these members, they're not going to be able to continue this siege as he takes a boomerang, and that's going to be pretty similar damage across this Ezreal as Bloodthirster has been completed. So, of course, Sivir doing a whole lot of work. Yang relentlessly pushing here on the bottom side as Tokkers is going to Baron up some creeps and take them down the mid lane. Jockster does land the Death Sentence. True Shot Barrage only finds Jockster, who's just getting destroyed by these Global Symphony. He's falling low. There's the ult, but only gets the slow as Macau coming through manages to get Damonko. Lex is so low, though. Tokkers falls down to Kira, but the turret falls, and Kira, is he going to be able to get enough work done to get them out of this base as Yang has ignored everything that's been going on this game. The shutdown comes down onto Macau. It's only the jungler and top lane are alive, and Yang saying, Smurf, don't bother me. I'm taking down your inhibitor.
Yeah, so he's able to get it. Can he get out, though?
Yeah, there's the ult to come through. Burnout doing a whole bunch of work, but he's unable to do it. Revolta, in the meantime, just realizes that he's been ignored as well, but he has no damage.
Yeah, so he's not able to get anything done. Kira nearly fell on the backside of that fight, but was able to assassinate Tokkers on the back end there, and Tokkers needs to be careful because he's a lot of the damage currently coming out of this team and was not able to do anything in that fight.
Well, I mean, you have to remember as well that Yang also didn't do anything in that fight and took down an inhibitor.
That's doing something in the fight.
I guess. Or doing something at least. Whether or not it was in the fight.
He's got the Blade of the Wrong King. He's got another Giant's Belt as well. They're going to be able to pick up their third dragon of the game here.
Whoa! Jockster going on a merry ride as Revolta going to join him. They're looking for a kill under Symphony as Dark Binding not going to find anything. The flash over from Jockster as the Righteous Glory pops as well for a bit of a slow. But again, Jockster just getting ignored. The flash back here. Lex so deep. What are you doing? There's Symphony going to get found by Yang as well. The Twin Bite is in there. Does manage to get some Flame Breath across as Kira actually manages to get a kill. Smurf very low. The ult goes wide as Revolta looks for the Arctic Assault. Flashes over the wall. Double kill here for the Sejuani. Doesn't even need to hit the ultimates as Yang, he's going to clean up Smurf as Damonko trying to make his way out, and Yang not actually able to lock down that kill.
Yeah, so once again, a 3 for 3, and you asked what Lex was doing. A huge teleport came through from Yang on the backside of that fight and corralled the whole team into that position. Once again, Kira was able to solo out Tokkers before that fight even began. And Tokkers' positioning has been somewhere, yeah, it's been pretty bad in the last couple of minutes of this fight.
Yeah, he's still 6-4-3, so having a decent game, but you're exactly right. The Ahri has not been present in these last few team fights.
Yeah, and he's just been continually deleted. Now 4 items completed. 6-4-3 also for the mid lane Akira, and you have to think when your team's got 6 less kill and in a 14,000 gold hole, it's a hell of a lot more impressive when you can do it against those odds.
Yeah.
But he's been managing to pull it off every single team fight, and there, that's a very important core build finished up now for Ezreal. Anything he gets from here is a bonus.
Yeah, we'll see whether he goes for the Blade of the Wrong King or whether he has to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Yang never dies?
Yeah, exactly right.
I have a feeling Yang's probably never going to die anyway. That's my vibe that I'm getting from this game.
Yeah, potentially, you know what? But at least you have
CS
a bad tool is better than no tools.
Hey, that's a good point. That is a good point. If you're trying to open a can, you may as well use a rusty can opener. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's
I didn't say that.
Terrible analogy.
You said that.
Just trying to work it out. I need to visualize. I'm just imagining it. Okay, Kira in this top side wants to try and clear this one out. 47 seconds now on the Baron. We'll see whether INTZ are just going to wait for that one to respawn. Yang finds himself once again in this bottom side. There's only one Nexus turret.
But
it's a
no
realistic
teleport available. They might be able to collapse on this one. No. Yang going to force people back into the base.
It's going to be INTZ just trying to push out minion waves. Mid lane is going in
Good
favor.
luck, Kira.
Yeah, I don't know. Twinbite did a lot of work. Man, still had the Blade of the Ruined King available here and the Dragon's Descent to close distance. Kira getting a taste of what might happen in a team fight.
Taste of things to come, you think?
Yeah, potentially.
Yang is 120 CS. Wow.
Oh, here's the fight. Box went down. Symphony just getting smashed in the back of the head. Wanders out of the base gate yet again. Yang sort of ignoring everything. Really wants to kill this cheeky jungler, but gets trapped in the Cataclysm. Revolta forced to use that Q to get out safely as Jockster needs to just... what the heck? Tockers finally picks up a kill for himself in a team fight as True Shot Barrage comes across. They take down Lex, but hard random. They've got a man and... No, they do not. They have only 2 men, and Kira trying to do some work here for the team, and Smurf doesn't have the equalizer available, and INTZ, they're going to take down this inhibitor, but they're very low. Kira with a lot of consistent damage. The Mystic Shot's not quite landing. Demonko coming into the fight, manages to turn it around, but Kira picks up one. It's now a 3v1. Oh my goodness! The shutdown comes through, and Macau just says, okay, I'll kill all of these champions.
Macau has the RNG. He got 3 crits in 4 auto attacks, Ed, to absolutely destroy the team fight.
He probably has over 50% crit. That would make sense. No, it's completely ridiculous. Super Mega Death Rocket looking for some... No. Doesn't get yet. Why was he aiming for the Shyvana? If there was another one to come through, I don't even know whether that would kill him. Oh my goodness. I have a feeling that Macau possibly could have died, but Lex, now with 3 items, is going to do relevant damage in these fights, we saw, but if he keeps dying to Tockers straight up, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to build up another Nizzly Large Rod as Tockers actually face tanks that one just to save Jockster. Which is really, really nice because Jockster has just been getting destroyed by ult upon ult in these team fights.
The ward in that brush, not actually seeing the other one because it's slightly around the corner, whereas the pink ward is not.
Oh my goodness. Can't see it.
So the ward going to deny this Baron for now.
Whoa, that Luden's Echo. Gosh, they're looking for something. This Baron very, very low here. They are going to be able to secure it. Equalizer comes through. Yang across the wall. The Cataclysm going to lock Symphony in his own demise. Tocker's doing so much damage as Lex gets torn apart as well. Macau goes for the 1v1. They trade their lives, do Kira and Macau, but it doesn't matter because everybody else on hard random, they're dead. INTZ, they are going to be able to take down the last remaining Nexus turret. Actually, it was already dead. The Nexus is going to be taken down. INTZ, the Brazilian team, take down the CIS lineup. 3-1. Hard Random came off a decent victory in the last game, but Brazil proved to be too much.
Yeah, they certainly did. Their top laner went absolutely berserk. Yang had a fantastic game.
Oh, yeah.
He was huge. There's no way anyone could kill him. Yeah, he certainly was. He was flying over the Baron pit there, and Kira, props to him in the mid lane once again, had another solid performance. You saw even soloing out the AD carry in a final duel to the death. A very fitting way for him to go down for his team. But INTZ going in, they've dropped 1 game. They did it with a Vayne. I don't know whether we'll see that again.
No.
But they're looking very strong. Yeah,
they're most certainly looking good. They are going to be going up against either the Bangkok Titans or, in fact, Besiktas, of course, the home team as well from Turkey, clinching themselves a spot based on the head-to-head against the Chiefs. And we'll see who manages to come out on top. Of course, that's our next semi-final.
Yeah, exactly right. And if you are the Bangkok Titans or Besiktas watching that game, you have to think, Tocker's in the mid lane. His LeBlanc looks extremely good. His Ari looks solid. So they're 2 kind of mid-games assassins. So maybe now the ban does become invalid because it's very, I guess, it's strange to take away one and not the other because you just leave another mid-game assassin up. So I definitely want to see how they attack this INTZ lineup. There's not very many holes that you can find in there. Maybe get rid of the Smite Teleport top laners because we've seen how huge Yang is, but he's also shown that he can play Rumble. So pick bans are extremely difficult to go into this up against this team.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they do, but we do have a replay here from the last couple of team fights, and man, INTZ, Let's see how they manage to win this one out.
Yeah, so this is Yang in the bottom lane. He's continuing to split push. This is the turret's still up there. So when we roll this one out, they try and go in and delete Lex off there. The huge box came through that slowed down 2 members, but unfortunately Yang on the back end, he's level 16. There's just no way you can kill him. You saw Smurf there. He's his direct opponent. He's level 13. So Yang's 3 levels and higher than anyone on the hard random match lineup. And they're just able to push into the base, take down a couple of Nexuses off the back of that one.
Couple of Nexuses.
Couple of inhibitors off the back of that one. And they were just dominant, and they did it through their top laner. It's very hard at the moment if top laners have carry positions and you're used to playing the supportive role. Maokai's, Lulu's, even Rumble kind of isn't that hard carry, more known for his equalizer and being able to survive with very little farm. If there is someone like Yang that is going to abuse these lanes, we saw people like Flame and Shy make livings off this, being able to get that far ahead. It's just so scary.
It most certainly is, and Shyvana is a fantastic example of a champion that can get out of control. We saw it just then, but we have another replay, ladies and gentlemen, the final team fight.
Yeah, so this is where they started up the Baron, and hard random feel like they have to do everything. Otherwise, the game is just going to fall apart. All of their base is exposed. Nexus is exposed. Last roll of the die. So we come in here with a pretty solid equalizer, actually, over the Baron wall if we get this one rolling out. And Smurf able to get that in, but the whole team just traverses the terrain. Revolta able to get a good ultimate. Meanwhile, Kira and Mikau meet up for a duel 1v1. Kira able to take his life first and then dies down admirably.